Kom nu! Kom nu!
God fornøjelse. Kun for personer over 18. Regler og vilkår gælder.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Dijon Chicken Cheese.
Kom nu!
So we are 9 days out from, I don't know if it's my biggest competition ever, but my open debut, Euros 2025. At least my biggest competition yet. And we just squatted 322.5 kilos. It was probably the best back squat I've ever pulled off, speed and weight wise. If I went all out today, I would have had 330, I think so. But I chose to go the conservative route to save power, because last time at Junior Worlds, I did 325 like a week out or something like that. And I was deep fried afterwards. I was more fried than the chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I didn't want to make the same mistake this time. To be fair, the only lift that really felt off at Junior Worlds was the back squat. I really had to like grit my teeth to get through that. And this time I'm hoping for something different. I'm hoping that I'll be able to bring all the confidence to all the other lifts. So I feel like this is a start. I'm setting myself up for something better. This is the heaviest back squat I'm gonna hit this prep. I'm very happy. I fucking failed 300 kilo back squat. I failed it 3 weeks ago. I was so frail and weak when I got home and when I was sick and everything. And this was, oh shit, this was what my confidence needed. I have things to do, I have things to improve on, but this is a step in the right path. Getting confidence on the squat. I saw flashback, it's almost 3 years ago I hit 300 for the first time, almost. And like that gives an average on like 10 kilos a year. And we can do better than that. I can do better than that. I definitely can do better than that. But we're driven now. We're ready. I had a catch up with my big bro yesterday, Oliver Storgård. If you guys remember him from the Iceland vlog. So yeah, big bro, I'm gonna let you take over.
What's up, little sexy?
How are you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
Yeah. This guy's here to do some acting, and then he's here to kiss me a little on the lips.
On the lips.
On the lips. This is episode 3 on Road to Euros, but I just wanted to showcase that you were visiting and I still have a life.
The mental support.
The support system is working. It's fucking working. But I want to ask you a question. Like, when you competed in strongman and became Denmark's second strongest man, what drove you? Like, what was your thoughts? I know, like me, you're an emotional guy. So what was your, like, go-to game plan?
For me, I think, like, first off, it was just important for me to have fun. Seriously, it was like the key. Again, like, I see of all the opportunities that comes to you in life, it's like, it's really important to like how do you approach the different journeys ahead. And I feel like when you're going into something, like we also made music back in the days and being on like scenes and stuff like when we were younger, and it's still a part of the journey in life. Like we were trying different stuff, we had fun with a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
And I feel like all these different paths that you're going through is building you up somehow. And that's the same, like when I went into Denmark's Strongest Man, it was like, it was just after a huge setback after I got a hernia disc from Iceland's Strongest Man. Like my first competition ever. I pulled my lower back L4 and L5 from like I went from 260 in a deadlift to 340 in competition for like in 2 weeks or something. Pulled my back, was out for like a year. You all remember it.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like to prove for myself as well that I would be able to come back from injury, and also just to prove for myself that even though you hit rock bottom, it's still possible for you to achieve goals and like get back on the horse, or what you would say. Like, I was not going in like everybody. Of course, want to be the first. Everybody want to be the best. That's just like that's everybody's dream, you know. It would be cooler to say I'm Denmark's strongest man than second strongest man, but that was not like the main goal of this competition. The main goal was for me to go in and do my best.
You know what?
What?
It's because you enjoyed the journey. You didn't enjoy the destination.
Exactly.
You enjoyed all the things that came to you when you were on your way to Denmark's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
And competing was just, I wouldn't necessarily call it the peak, but that was just the culmination of all the hard work you've been doing.
Yeah, it was not the end destination.
No, and you have been a competitive athlete. Yeah, like you were fucking good at American football, for example.
Yeah.
You know how to get in that, and you've been in that situation a lot of times.
Yeah, and like I remember, especially back when you competed at first, like we had a lot of conversation about like mental strength.
Yeah.
And like how to approach the different feelings that we just talked about before, like anxiety, being scared. Like how would you go in and like find the anger, find like the right spot. Don't get too angry, so you lose your technique and everything. And also just enjoy it. As we talked about, the most important thing when you're going into stuff, when you're going to Euros in a minute, the most important stuff is just to enjoy it.
Yeah, suck it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I still remember when you were like, I want to handle you. I know how to fucking trigger you on your back squat. So the clip where you just rubbed my ears, it was my first competition ever. I was about to go in for a 280 back squat, and you just rubbed my ears. I was so on fire that day. It was such an epic clip.
And it's funny because I learned this technique from my old coach, Rodi. I remember when I had Iceland's Strongest Man, and I couldn't get in gear, and then Runa was kind of like, "Come over here," you know, and he's not as tall as me, so I was like, "Get down here," you know. And I went down, and then he took my ears and just twisted, but he's like squeezed it, and I was just getting fueled, you know. I was like, "What the fuck?" Went in, went some really good lifts. Out of sudden, of course, hurt myself, but that was just.
You're better angry than I am. I'm just better in my head getting angry. I remember in your peak when you're at your strongest, you're just like, fucking slap me. I'm fucking bang my head into this shit.
I think the difference is like you express yourself a lot, like outgoing.
Yeah.
Where you're like more mentally.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
just lock in. I think if we had a mix of you two guys, that would be
A crazy combination.
Insane.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But again, I still think that, like, what we talked about as well, as you said, you wanted me to be at all your shows to give you this motivation speak or whatever, because it helps you get in your gear as well, and get in this extra gear, or what you would say. But I still feel, as Ailey just said, you're really capable of getting so much in your feeling that you kind of just like standing there and crying, you know, because like you want it. Everybody know it, and you really want it. And again, then I just think for you to really just focus as well of, even though you are so much in your feelings, try to enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say extra nervous this time, but it's like, it's my first competition when I actually don't have any of you guys with me. It's like I'm missing a rock where I can just lay all my confidence, just go out and do my shit. It's a bit nerve-wracking this time because of course I have my family, but in terms of performance, I've always leaned on you guys. You guys know me better training-wise than my family does.
I think it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a more learningful experience.
Exactly, because you're gonna be more independent somehow,
Yeah.
and just gonna do it.
Yeah, you've been there like 3 out of 5 times. You've been there like 3 out of 5 times, and you've been there every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you lean on us too much on competition days.
No.
Especially not at Junior Worlds. You were heavily relying on Joey and Casper. We were just on the front row cheering for you.
But that might just be a motivation for you, knowing that we are there to cheer on you.
Definitely.
But we're still there cheering on you,
Yeah.
not physically,
Yeah.
but still at home.
I know.
And you know that you can sit there backstage and give me a FaceTime, and I will like yell at you and through the phone, you know, like. Yeah, exactly.
Just call you guys.
Hang up again.
Yeah. I just needed an outlet, all right? Oliver is the biggest individual I know. He's the closest thing we have to a mountain here in Denmark. Yeah, he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the last heavy squat was done today. Now we only need last heavy bench press and last heavy deadlift. And I think I'm gonna include that in this video as well, because we are only gonna make it this is the last part of the road to worlds. You're gonna get a mumbo jumbo of heavy lifts, and I'm very satisfied with the back squat. And on bench press I've hit 235 for a solid rep. Needs a pause, but we'll work on that. And yeah, deadlift, you'll have to wait and see. I'm just gonna wrap up for today. My head is is a complete mess now. I will go home, get some food, and recover now. Your boy is feeling optimistic, so let's see where this goes. Let's fucking beat this guy.